everyone, my name is Dawn, and today I'm going to break down how to really understand present perfect the easy way. If you are learning English right now, and if you're trying to get from intermediate to advanced, definitely like this video, subscribe to my channel, and ring the notifications bell because then you'll know when the next video is out. So hold your horses because this is going to be a big one. Present perfect is actually something you would have learned back in the basics. So it's part of one of the 12 ways that we conjugate in English, but for the present tense. And there are actually several ways that you would use this for, and so this is what I'm going to do. First, I'm going to go over the formula. So how do we structure present perfect in a sentence? And then I'm going to show you examples and the 4 ways that we're going to talk about of when you use it. And this is really important. Even if you think, okay, I have no English so well, I don't need to go back to the basics. Trust me, you probably do. And that's okay because so many people make these mistakes and it's just a habit that develops really quickly. So what we're trying to do here is just break out of your bad habits and kind of unlearn so that you can learn again. All right, so this is the formula for present perfect. So present perfect, first you start with your subject. So that could be I, you, he, she, it, any of those. What you do after that is you add has or have, okay? So subject, has or have, and then we want your verb, but in the past participle. So let me go back to has and have first. So with has and have, remember, you only use have if the subject is I, you, we, they. You use has if it is he, she, it only. All right? So when we're talking about the past participle now at the end, the past participle means that we are using verbs that are usually in the past. However, if it is an irregular verb, then there is a special chart that you want to get familiar with. So this is the chart. So as you can see, you have the root of the verb, so what it's normally, and then you have it in the past, the simple past, which is not what we want to practice here. We want to go to the third column, which is the past participle. All right, so let me give you an example. The verb begin. So the root is begin, the past is began, and then the participle, the past participle is begun. So for example, I have begun my YouTube channel. I have begun my YouTube channel. Would I say I have began my YouTube channel? No, I have begun my YouTube channel. All right, let's take another common verb, which is know. So K-N-O-W, know. So that is the root verb. What is it in the past? Knew, simple past is knew. Then the past participle, so again, the third column, we would say known. So I have known him for 10 years. She has known him for 20. Would I say she has knew him for 20 years? No. She has known him for 20 years. You see the difference here? So again, remember, we are only using the third column of the irregular verbs list. Get familiar with this verbs list. However, when we're talking about the formula, so again, subject, has or have, the verb and the past participle. If you have a verb that is not part of this irregular list, for example, dance, we just put it in the past, the simple past. So I have danced all morning. I have danced all in the morning. So you see, I'm just adding the simple word in the past. All right, so now that we have the formula down, let's start talking about in what case are you going to use it? And trust me, you're going to use it a lot. All right, so number 1, an action that started in the past, but it is still happening now. Got it? Started in the past, and it's still happening now. So for example, I have lived in Lima since 2018. So let me say that more normal. I have lived in Lima since 2018. So what does that mean? It means I moved here in the past, but I'm still living here now. So I'm still doing that action right now. All right, let's talk about the second way you would use it. That would be for an action where the period hasn't ended yet. A period could be a day, it could be a week, it could be a month, it could be a year, whatever. So let's talk about groceries. So here's my example. I have gone to the grocery store 2 times this week. I have gone to the grocery store 2 times this week. I'm saying it because the week isn't over yet. For me, it's only Tuesday. So maybe I will go again by the time that week is over. So as you can see, the second point is that we are using it during some kind of period of time, but that period is not over yet. So I've gone twice before, but maybe I will still go again. The possibility is still there. All right, number 3. Number 3, it's basically, we use it when there's a repeated action that could happen again and again and again. So for example, with traveling. So I have been, or I have traveled to the Philippines maybe 12 times in my life. So I have traveled to the Philippines 12 times in my life. So I'm using have because there's still a possibility. Maybe I will still go in the future. And probably that's where most of my family is. But let me give you an example. If I said, he has traveled to the Philippines many times. What's the difference there? He had traveled. So if I'm putting have in the past, that's actually something called past perfect. However, we would only say that if that person is dead. And the reason why is because if we say he had traveled, that means there's no chance ever again that he will ever go back there. Normally because he is deceased, he physically cannot, but also it could just be because maybe they are in a medical condition where they cannot travel anymore. That's the idea. So if you were to change it to he had traveled, then that's going to change the meaning entirely. But if we say he has traveled, that means, okay, maybe he will go again. All right, and the fourth way that we use it is when something has just finished. And that's the key word, just. So we add just to the formula when we're talking about literally something that just finished. So that just finished maybe a few moments ago, maybe just like in the near past. So something that really just finished. So for example, I have just finished my book. I have just finished my book. I've just finished my book. So notice I'm also contracting I've just finished my book. Or she has just finished laundry. She's just finished laundry. She's just finished laundry. So there you go. So something that has just happened, then we would just add just to the formula and still use it in the present perfect way. So I hope that really broke down what present perfect is, when you would use it, and how you would formulate it. So watch this video a few times if you need to really solidify it, but really it's just understanding the formula and understanding which cases you would use it for, normally when the action started in the past and is continuing to happen now. All right, so that is all for today. I will see you in the next video.